Hi, coming up this narrow path up here, I came up with some thoughts that were bothering me for the last few days, because it is about this narrow path we artists are often thinking that our security lies in. This is something that every artist, I think, should think about before this can happen, what actually happened to my friend. I will in a few seconds tell you that story as short as I can. Nevertheless, to think about the security as an artist for your work, to uphold your work, to support your artistic progression is a very important thing that you can do. But there is a myth included, the myth of the secure paycheck, and to make out of your life this straight and narrow path only for the security. Now to the story of my friend, what has happened to him and why I'm feeling so emotionally today, because this friend of mine is someone that I have known for a long time, and really it is someone that is more talented, has more creative abilities and skills that I am having. And to see someone like him failing so much because of this falsehood of the security we artists can fall into can make you emotionally, like the storm that you are hearing right now. Whoa, it's really stormy today, and also I feel emotionally very stormy. He was actually decided 5 or 8 years ago to go the secure road, to move to a secure path, to go the straight and narrow. Instead of working on his potential, on his talent, he decided to work for a gallery, and this gallery made the promise to him of the secure paycheck and the possibility one day that he will have more time and money to work again on his art. And to make the story short, what has actually happened is that years later all this turned out to be a false promise, and to find out, like he did, that there is actually no security in working for someone else is really a high price to pay when you think about it. That right now 8 years of working on his potential, on his talents, is missing. This 8 years will not come back for him. And I think we can all agree that often we are thinking as artists to go the way of the secure path, so we have perhaps one day the possibility to work on our potential because now we are secure. And I think it is important to see something like this happen, to have your own wake-up call, to understand that no one will ever care so much about you and your art and your progression so much as you do. And the only wise thing that you can do is to see the security in yourself, to find a way of working for yourself. And it doesn't have to involve that you are doing everything alone and you are all on your own. Of course, working for someone else to gain the necessary support for your artistic progression can be a stepstone, but to believe this myth of this stick to a paycheck mentality can be devastating for the development of an artist, because right now he's not only missing this 8 years that he has put in, but all the disappointment and all the things that he have missed out on opportunities and so on. It is wise to decide to help others, to see in the help that you are delivering to others the possibility to gain the necessary support. But it is very often wiser not only to gain just the necessary support that you are needing, but also to downsize what is necessary to have enough time and possibilities that you can put all the focus in your own work, when you understand that you have the responsibility, that you can take on the potentials with the possibilities that you have right now and start to work on them right away, instead of waiting on a time where you will be secure, where everything will be worked out, you have much more the ability to develop the greatness that you have in you. And he did already the wise thing. He didn't miss out on a path as narrow as it was. It had to do with art, and it had to do with creativity in this gallery. So he didn't end up with nothing. There's a network that he could build up. But I am feeling so emotionally right now, because I know many artists who made the decision for the sake of security to go in a completely different direction, to decide for their money, to become even a musician that I have known from my school days. He became a lawyer, and right now this is a rich, bitter man. And to go a completely different direction, instead of following what was given to you as this special gift of creativity, of art, can turn out really as a story that is not so pleasant to tell actually. But nevertheless, it is something that we can learn from. Right now, all the ideas that I am having, how to develop a different method, how to develop a different future for your art, that are a little bit scattered, and most likely down in the description I have put something together that will deliver you much more value than my thoughts right now. So if you like, check it out. Nevertheless, if you have the time, think today about the security that you are needing to support your artistic path or your artistic progression, and to know from which point this security of a paycheck becomes a false promise, from which point the promise of more money, more security is bringing you away from your destination that you have set for yourself as to bring your art on the next level, or to develop as an artist. I think it is interesting and important for artists to know where is the tipping point, from which point the security is becoming a burden. It is becoming a path that is just keeping you on or leading you in a direction that will, when you are not lucky, will end up very unhappy for you. So if you have the time today, sit down and think about what is necessary, really necessary, as a security, as a support to progress with your art, and from which point it is all about fulfilling a need that is really unnecessary for your artistic progression. I hope you are finding these ideas that I'm bringing forward, and the stories that I'm telling you, interesting and inspiring, perhaps for your own progression. If you like, down in the description you will find a link where my ideas are less scattered. Nevertheless, I hope to see you in my next video. Until then, see you soon. Bye bye.